Hey everybody, Jason Kissel here. We're looking at practice sets in Google Classroom today. I'm gonna just kind of give you a reaction video. On another tab, I've pulled up a student in incognito mode. We'll roll that over once we create some practice sets. We just got the beta unlocked, so maybe a little bit behind some other early adopters, but we'll see. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this has in store for. So, if you're on your homepage of Google Classroom, you click the three bars in the top left. You go to practice sets. You see that there. If you don't have it, if you're in a different district, that's because you didn't sign up for beta or you're still waiting. Maybe like us. So I click on that. I have already tried to dabble a bit, but this is really my reactions. I mean, I haven't really fleshed it out all the way. So I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, but at the same time, I kind of wanted you to see what I see instead of you thinking like, oh, he just knows exactly how to do everything every time. That's not actually entirely true. This is kind of how I figure things out. Uh, all right, I'm going to make an exit ticket. So my first reaction was I really wanted like some templates or something. What's today? November 7th. I really wanted some templates or a way to import questions easier. It doesn't look like that's there yet. So it does say import here, but I've already clicked on that and I was really disappointed. So we'll get to that in a second. Um, Name, pretty straightforward. It looks a lot like Google Forms to me. You know, you can add questions or insert content. You have your content type, you have your answers, blah, 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 blah. Okay, some undo. I like these little settings. I will allow equivalent answers. I'm not too worried about, you know, you saying 2/4 or 1/2 in this example. Ignore capitalization. Of course, these really are dependent on whatever you're trying to teach, right? If those aren't the skills you're looking for when you're practicing, why not let the auto grader help you out? All right. I had some questions pulled up, but like, let's just, I'm just gonna make up some nonsense, right? Let's just do single select for this, and let's do election day is Wednesday, November 9th. All right, and I'm just gonna do true false here. It's nice they got a little math formula thing, so we'll look into that on the next question maybe. I'm going to get rid of that. It says mark the correct answer. That's false. Apparently, you can add some skills in here. I'm not really sure what you would put for that. It's just kind of a fact. So, uh, yeah, I'm just going to leave that blank right now. Okay, it looks like I can go new question here. It looks like I can add, I can just add text if I want. Directions maybe, or some type of clarification, or maybe an explanation of something that could help them in this question or in general. Here I can just move these around if I need to. I'm not going to keep that, but that's kind of cool. Import. Oh, okay, let's do import. So I pulled up a math worksheet. So I was kind of hoping this import would work kind of like Google Forms, where you could pull another question from something else or whatever. But here's some two-step equations. When I click on import, and I thought, well, maybe it's going to import the whole PDF. Select each problem. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool still. I kind of dig that. All right, so let's do this one. Import questions. See, it just kind of brings it over as a picture, and it's real blurry. So I don't love that. I would rather just type it. So 0 equals 4 plus, and then let's bring out the keyboard. I already played around with this. I was also a math teacher, so I'm very comfortable with that kind of equation editor. Delete that if I can. I'd like to delete this. Maybe backspace. Okay, backspace seemed to do it. Then I can give short answer. So maybe this is a good place where I could put some directions if I wanted to, I guess. Please enter variable equals number for your answer. Example x equals 2. All right, so I want them to know what the variable is and put equal. So, but if they don't do that, should I still count it as correct? I mean, I guess that's your hard thing to figure out. But let's see, what would the answer to this one be? -20, is that right? So I could put -20, right? Uh, I can put n equals -20. See, and now I don't know, like, if I do like n equal with spaces, because that's like how I type normally. So that could be a little bit iffy. I mean, you got to put all those in, which is kind of a pain. Okay, and then next question, I want you to explain the first step in solving the equation above. Short answer. It says enter correct answers, but I don't really have that. You'll be able to grade after the practice set is turned in. Okay, so it looks like if I want an open-ended, I have to switch that to paragraph. It looks like auto grading is for those three. Maybe I'll add some suggested here. Problems using properties of 0 and 1. Sure, we'll just see what that, I don't really know what that's going to do. All right, that's probably good. I guess that, I mean, it's obviously not relevant to anything, but okay. So I'm going to hit done. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out like what to do next. Assign this practice set, create an assignment. Okay, so I'm going to go to my sample class. I did see this already. So when I go in here, it's kind of interesting. When I go in here, create assignment. All right, fill that out real quick. Next ticket, November 7th. All right, it does show up here, which I assume that's where most people are going to start finding it. Like they maybe will find it in that menu up top, but I think most people will find it here. But when you click on it here, I'm curious, will you be able to create a practice set directly, straight out? Okay, you could. So you don't even really need to be able to find it in the other menu if you don't want to. But let's attach this. It looks like I just kind of preview here. I can edit it if I want, which is kind of nice. I do see that try as a student button, but I'm just going to actually physically try it as a student. Okay, it's right there. That's fine. Let's just assign it. I'm not going to mess with any of that. Okay, it's posted. So let me grab my student, pull him over, classwork. All right, this is student experience. It's kind of interesting to me. What happens here, and then I want to go back to the teacher and see what happens after students completed it. Okay, I see a little squiggle button. Appears I can write somewhere. Not there. Okay. Election day. Let's just say true. I want to see what happens. Okay, it lets me check it. It's interesting. And tells me I'm wrong, but doesn't let me change it. Oh, it does let me change it. Okay. So true, false. That's interesting. I don't love that because I could just easily say, I could easily have clicked wrong and just fixed it, right? We'll see what that looks like on the teacher side. Enter variable equals number for your answer. Okay, let's see what show your work looks like. Oh, and there's my little hint. What's that? A random. I didn't make that video. I didn't even curate that video. It's just gonna play right here. Okay. Well, that might work. I don't know. I don't think a lot of my students would have clicked on that, but maybe they would. I don't know. All right, maybe here. I think this is where I can. Okay, so I can say like first step, subtract 4 if I wanted to, right, as a student. But I could also. I thought I could draw. I want to draw. Let me draw. See, this is crazy. Like to me, this is not intuitive. Oh, there it is. Right here? Okay. I'm struggling. I don't love my struggle. A lot of times I feel like that makes it hard for kids. -4. Okay, then what? Oh, that box is better. I, Maybe that's my answer? Okay, well, let's just do this. So if I subtract 4 from both sides, I do this. This is always hard for kids too, like, without a stylus or anything. Multiply by 5. But it could be really cool. I mean, chance to see some work on different things. All right, so let's go erase this. I guess that was my answer box. Again, a little modeling needed here, right? So I'd have to put, and this is hard for algebra students. They'd want to put the n on the other side. They like to do that. I don't know why. All right, but it does read my handwriting pretty well and counted as correct. That's cool. Okay, so I could write here, but I don't like that. Oh, thank you. I don't. Okay, what if I just take this off? Can I type? Okay, so you can't have both handwritten and typed. It looks like you gotta have one or the other. So that's good to know. But then I could show my work. All right, that's a little confusing to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I get the idea of it. Your questions have to be really well made, right? Because I could easily see a kid typing down here, and then there's no answer. So what happens if I type my answer down here? What does the teacher see? All right. So that's all right. I mean, I don't hate it, but some of your changes haven't been saved. Please wait. Okay. Turn in. It's a little bit. Do that. Okay, so let's turn in on my side. Let's jump back here. All right, let's go back in here. One turn in. Let's see what this looks like. Thanks for sticking with me. If you're still here, maybe you're like, "Wow, this guy knows nothing." But this is how I do it, right? Like I have to create something. You saw like the practice as a student, but then I wouldn't have gotten to see this. So now I'm trying to see what this looks like. All right, new tab for me. Mm-hmm. And all right, this is taking forever. Okay, it gives me a score. It tells me correct. Oh, this is interesting. I could see that was a little bit different color right there. It was a little bit lighter. Correct after 2 or more attempts, so that's good. But it still marked it as correct. So if you have 150 kids and you're doing 5 questions, I mean, I think the max is 20 questions. I'm not sure I would take that on. It's a lot of creation, right? Like that's the one part I don't love about this. Is you have to create everything, and it's in beta, so you would hope when they ship it when they put it into like finally into a Chrome version, um, and make it part of Google Classroom, that all your stuff will stay. But I don't know. I mean, like I wouldn't go crazy and make one every day and then be really disappointed I couldn't reuse that stuff. Right. Some nice little insights. Looks like here I could see quickly who got it right and wrong for most of the questions. I also could do a visual down this side if I have more students. There are no insights for this assignment. Okay, that must have been. I guess you could put an insight for the entire assignment. That'd be interesting. But it didn't look like I could pick the video or the. I don't know if it's only videos. All right. Well, let's go into here and see. Plus one attempt. All right, just tells you they tried it more than once, but without any work. Again, I just don't know if I like that. Maybe I do. I just feel like kids could click through. All right, we've all been in those kind of trainings. Okay, next. Wait, what? Oh, that was my student. I'm sorry. Whoops. How do I go to the next question? This shows all the questions for that student. What if I just want to look at question 2? Correct. Okay, and I can mark it. Problem 3, problem snapshots currently unavailable. That's interesting. Ungraded. Okay. Well, let me grade it. Again, it feels pretty good, but it feels a little clunky here. Like, why couldn't I just click on, yeah. All right, that's cool. I can see that really easily. I can switch it. I mean, obviously, we're just doing practice here. Question 3, I assume I could work through all my students. Okay, student has not yet attempted this problem, but I did attempt it. Right. Right. Remember when I put the work and yeah, okay, so again, that's another thing. And again, I know the kid could go back and resubmit, whatever. That's just kind of a pain. And like, how do I grade it? Like, I want to grade that question. Doesn't appear that I can. Maybe I could if they had actually written some. All right, that's kind of my overview, my reaction. I like the idea of it, right? Like anytime you can live within one platform makes a ton of sense. Like I love the idea of add-ons. I really actually like this idea. I just feel like it is very beta. Like it, and sometimes we say it's in beta, and it's like almost it should be just we should just release a feature. And this one feels like there's some good stuff here, but man, there's some rough stuff as well. So uh, I would be cautious in using it. I think if I was trying it, I'd probably try it a few times. I'd like to see what students would do and how they would react. I'd probably give them a little bit of a modeling. You know, the nice thing. Let me jump back over here. The nice thing about if you're in a practice set as a teacher, you have this up on the board. You can try it as a student. And you can model for them the first time, right? So that's nice. I do like that. Um, I just don't. I mean, what am I going to do with that then? You know, is that better than I think it's better than like if I want the exit ticket online. I think it's better than some of my other options. You know, instead of having to open a Google form and go somewhere else, you can live within Classroom. That's cool. If you're already going to type it out, like I can see why you'd want to go here. Um, so those are kind of my reactions. I'd love to know how people are using these, if they are, and kind of where they see the future of this tool, where they could use it right in the future. Um, Another thing I worry about is just like we don't have great management of the classwork tab in Google Classroom. Let me jump over there real quick, and then I promise I'm done. If you're still listening, congratulations on that. We don't have great management of this, right? We can create topics and that's about it. But we can't collapse things. So if you're making an exit ticket, you know, 3, 4 times a week, plus the other stuff you're posting into Classroom, that just gets to be a lot to scroll. I've been in a lot of students' classrooms where I find it very difficult to navigate. And maybe they do fine and we don't think it's a big deal, but I think that kind of can inhibit some learning in some ways. Like even this sample one that I've just made up, like there's just so much stuff in here. You know what I mean? It's without being able to collapse all these, it's really kind of overwhelming sometimes. So, anyways, those are my reactions. Let me know what you think. Love to hear it. See ya.